Throughout this course, I have learned various mathematical concepts that can be applied in multiple fields. As an IT student, I have found several modules relevant to my area, including symmetric and asymmetric cryptography, public key crypto system, and RSA crypto system. These concepts are critical in developing secure systems that can protect sensitive data. For example, the symmetric cryptography can encrypt data using the same key to decrypt it, while the asymmetric cryptography uses two different keys for encryption and decryption. The modules on linear programming, assignment problems, and transportation problems also apply to IT students. These concepts help optimize algorithms, data analysis, and decision making. For example, the linear programming is used in machine learning to solve complex optimization problems such as feature selection, clustering, and classification. Assignment problems help optimize the assignment of tasks in parallel computing, and transportation problems are applicable in designing efficient network topologies. In terms of my view on the course, I found it both challenging and rewarding. Some concepts such as financial literacy and simple interest were relatively easy to understand, while others such as Doppler functions and risk management were more challenging. However, the satisfaction of understanding complex topics was rewarding and gave me a deeper appreciation of the value of mathematical concepts. To describe my experience in this course in 3 words, it was engaging, informative, and practical. The course content was engaging and presented in an easy-to-understand manner. At the same time, the practical examples helped me to see how mathematical concepts can be applied in real-world situations. In conclusion, this course has given me valuable insights into how mathematical concepts can be applied to an IT student. I am grateful for the knowledge and skills gained from this course.
Good afternoon. As an IT student, we have learned many different concepts and information on how mathematics is applied in real life. I have gained a new perspective that mathematics is around us even in situations that do not seem like mathematics could be applied. In the module of communication technologies, we can apply the crypto system concepts in creating better and safer crypto systems for companies and government needs. Since these crypto systems are used often nowadays in online transactions, logins, and passwords, for all applications and websites, we need to be able to ensure that every user is safe. For linear programming, this is also applied in optimizing for resource allocation in computer programs. Since not all computers can run all programs, we need to know which programs can be run by each computer so that each one can run smoothly without any errors or problems. Linear programming can also determine which flow path of network can be best for a network system. Game theory can also be applied in the computer industry when creating new games that involve decision-making. Interactive games are famous nowadays, and decision-making may be integrated when making that game. Choosing the best option and weighing the payoffs are part of decision-making games, and applying these concepts can help to create a great game. Overall, the course provided many new concepts with which I was not familiar before. It was fun to learn many new things, and it was a great feeling to be able to understand where and when these concepts could be applied. For me, all lessons that were discussed were difficult at first, but when I put effort into studying it, it became easy afterwards. Lastly, 3 words to describe this course would be exciting, fun, and informative. This is because we learn new things every meeting, and it is fun and exciting to think of what more situations could math be applied to. And this course provided me with new mathematical perspectives in looking at situations. That's all. Thank you.
So, my name is Kirby Morales, and for the concepts I have learned, I can proudly say that I can apply this not only to my field in IT, but also in my day-to-day life. So, for example, in the mathematics as a language, different logical fallacies and reasonings can help me decide better and know the conclusion, all while not actually deciding on anything yet, like knowing the outcome of something before it even happens. And I can apply this in my day-to-day life when commuting, dealing with financial issues, or even when coding. It can help me decide on what approach I should do when solving different types of problems by getting the conclusion on that I need. And for the modules in decision sciences, I learned the different methods and criterions about voting, which I previously did not know about. And those criterions are like word count, plurality, condorcet, and much more. I forgot the others. These different methods can help me or can be applied when designing systems or something that requires computation and knowing which of the different outcomes is the valid one or the more required one. And for the ones in game theory, I learned the different ways of knowing which should be done in computing, coding. It helps me decide on which approach I should do so. And especially if I have to minimize or maximize a certain part of the code, yeah, that will help me a lot. But I think I can mostly apply this when I need to decide for an alternative, like in commuting or when designing a part or hardware that's not available and I need to decide which still gives me the best outcome, or knowing what I need to buy or what I want to buy, and much more. And lastly, the modules on efficiency can be applied differently in the fields of computer science depending on what is being asked. For example, the shortest path, it can be applied in designing network systems, or not just network systems, server or hardware systems. And given the certain limitations when designing these, we can apply linear programming, which is greatly utilized not just in designing the server hardware specific systems, but also in coding when I'm dealing with different conditions, or when I have to, in dealing with different conditions. And the assignment problems can help us optimize what tasks should be assigned to person XYZ, or even hardware XYZ, depending on what do we need. For my view on this course, I find it fun yet difficult. I say that it is fun because even though the topic is very alien to me, I learn more as I learn more about it. It's actually fun to solve different problems. And I say difficult is that sometimes I get confused easily, mostly due to my lack of understanding, or when dealing with high school math, which I usually forgot about. But I got easily confused in finance, linear programming, and mathematics as a language. But even if those were difficult, in the end, I still enjoyed the time I spent learning those different topics. And lastly, the three words that describe my experience in this course is fun, challenging, and helpful. It gave me insight to existing knowledge that I already had, and it helped me add to that existing knowledge in a simple and efficient manner, all while showing me how practical the concepts are and how they can actually be applied in real life. Sometimes we even apply those said concepts without us knowing. All the concepts that I've learned can actually be greatly utilized, not just in the computer science or IT field. It is actually the most useful when you finally apply it in real life, like in a job, or in a job related to your field. That's all.
Hello everyone, my name is Harvey Valiant. The things that I learned and helped me understand in certain topics is mathematics in decision sciences, efficiency, and mathematics as a language. The reason why I chose these topics is because I learned a lot of things, especially game theory. It basically finds out the concepts of finding the odds of a person's action, or in shorter terms, predicting moves of another player. This helped me understand more statistical and solvable problems. This gives me a lesson that every conflict towards your wants and needs can be statistically solved. It also shows that not all the time we can get everything we need, and we need to sacrifice a goal, want, need to gain something else. Another concept that deeply moved me in my experience is efficiency. This for me was a difficult subject to understand and to learn, although it was very entertaining to solve the problems. An example that intrigued me is finding the shortest path or transportation problems. It taught me that there is a lot of pattern towards simpler or easier solutions to certain problems. This helped me a lot in fixing problems and creating another way to do a task without being too redundant. Last but not the least, The last concept that I want to talk about is mathematics as a language. Given that our course highly focuses on coding, understanding this particular topic is essential, especially when we want to find the logical answers to phrases and symbols. This also helps us find the incorrect and correct things to see in given problems and the amount of fallacies there are. Overall, my experience towards this course can be described into 3 words: difficult, challenging, and exciting. It bears fruit in which knowledge is given, and it helps that our teacher is a great teacher that really understands her work and shows it very thoroughly. And that is the conclusion to all our reflections. Bye-bye!